Hey, there we are. I'm a little bit early, so I just wanted to make sure all the connections were working and the internet was working okay. Wait and see if we have anybody jump on. And you can always watch this later. So that's the great thing about live is if you click on going beforehand, you can go ahead and watch it whenever you need to at your own time. So I almost talked myself out of doing this today. Woke up with a headache, told myself, well, your nails aren't done and you have a broken nail, so you probably shouldn't go live. What if the husband comes home while you're doing a live and barges in your nail room? What if your dog starts barking uncontrollably? What if the UPS man is knocking at the door? So there's many reasons why not to go live and things that make you nervous, but I'm gonna do it anyway, so forgive the nails. And if we have any interruptions, if my phone starts ringing or whatever, that's what happens when you're live. So just waiting to see who we've got here. I can't see any of the comments. Okay, well, I'm just going to flip you around here, so give me a second and we're going to get started on this. Make sure I got you in the screen and everything okay. Okay, let me know when you're on. Say hello. Tell me where you're from. See if that lighting is okay. Guess we can't zoom in very good. Tell me if you guys can see that okay. Like I said, hopefully we don't have any interruptions and hopefully you guys can hear. So we're going to be doing some of these designs. Not quite sure what the pattern is. Snake skin, it could be turtle, but it's pretty easy. So I would say this is anywhere from beginner to intermediate. And you can take it to more advanced. You just need to be creative and you can do more things with it. So on this one, I've just painted this with a yellow color, just with a gel polish, cured it. And I am just using some gelish polishes right now. So those of you that are just joining in, I've done this yellow ahead of time, painted it or polished it, cured it, and now I'm going over the top with this green color. Now I've just taken a gel top coat and put a little bit on my little painting palette. Just dump some on there. Now you don't want a whole lot on here with this coat, but you don't want it really thin either. So just kind of in between, just kind of brush it over it. And it's okay if you can still see the yellow color underneath, that's fine. So I'm just taking a dotting tool and I'm just scooping this up, and I'm getting kind of a big drop. The key to this too is you don't want to touch the nail with the dotter, so you're kind of just placing that dot down without really touching down on the nail. You can make little dots, you can make big ones. If you're OCD, you can try to line them up and make a decent pattern, but I think you can just do random like this. You want to work fairly quickly, because the longer it sits on there, the more it spreads. So can you see how that is spreading? And I'm not going to let that sit very long, so I'm going to stick it under my lamp and cure that. Again, if you're just joining in, tell me where you're from so we can get to know each other. I'm doing just gel on gel, so all the products I'm using are gel polishes. Some gel polishes work better than others. You have to just kind of try the brand that you have and see if it works. So here's the finished one, simple and easy. Everyone should be able to do this on a client. I'm going to do a few more just so that we make sure we can get the hang of it. I've done the blue, just a blue color. I've cured it. I didn't cleanse it or anything. Like I said, just take another color of polish. You can be really creative and find some really neat color combinations. And I wouldn't say to put it on there heavy, but I wouldn't say to necessarily put it on there dry. So just kind of right in between those consistencies. And like I said, you'll get a different look every time, and different polishes spread differently. Pick up your gel top coat and place it on there. And I probably touched this tip too much because this polish is pulling away. I probably put oils back on it, but that's just showing you that you need to be careful when you're working with your clients and not to let them touch their nails either. That one's going to spread. I'm just going to ignore the parts that kind of pulled away at the bottom. Okay, and I'm just going to stick that one in. You can also do multicolors underneath. So your base coat, you could make a couple different colors. I kind of did this on this one. You did some colors underneath and did the orange on top. You can't see really the definite separations on that one. This one I did a black with a white on the top, so that looks pretty cool. And then you can always top coat these when you're done. So that one, like I said, pulled away at the edges a little bit because I was touching it, so I'm hoping I haven't touched these ones too much. Here's the white one. We're gonna do red on this one. I'm just kind of pulling a little bit off of here. I don't want a whole bunch where it doesn't spread very good. It doesn't show the other color underneath very good. Remember not to touch the nail plate with your dotting tool because it makes a little actual dot that you'll be able to see later. So just touch it with the top coat. Like I said, the more you let this sit, the more it spreads out, and sometimes it just kind of goes too much into like a blob, and then you don't have those patterns there. Let's see the red. The bigger ball that you pick up of the top coat, the bigger it's going to be. It's going to spread more. If you like how it looks, then just stick it in. I'm going to show you on, say, this red, how you can kind of dress these up a little bit. Well, let's see. I was trying to find a gold piece of foil offhand, but I couldn't find one. Here's some silver. And sometimes this will pick up just in little pieces of, it's not going to pick up everywhere. Sometimes it does. And this is if your gel polish picks up foil very good. You can tap that on there and it'll usually pick up in the cracks. So that just gives a little bit of effect to it. And then you can top coat that. You could also do chrome over this whole thing, and that would give you a different effect. You could find some neat pattern to stamp over the top of it. Hopefully you guys can see that. I really like that. You guys have any questions so far? You can't really see all the questions yet, but I'll go back through and answer any questions. So I'm going to take an orange one on this one. Just kind of tap that and it's going to pick up in some of those grooves. How cool is that? I really like it with the foil on there. It almost looks like you've went and outlined everything. Tip is tipping. Okay, so here's some of those that I did before. This was with a pink on the bottom and a purple on the top. We showed you this one with the yellow on the bottom and the green on top. This one was black on bottom, white on top. This one I did a navy. Didn't show through the best. I probably should have done a little thinner coat on that. This one I marbled a bunch of colors underneath, and then I pulled an orange on top, and then I did purple foil. So that's kind of a neat effect. So there's the red one with some silver holographic foil. And this one had a dark blue underneath and then kind of a light teal blue. And then I took some orange on that. So you can play with those. They're pretty fun, really simple, really easy. And hopefully that gave you something that you can do new on a client. Really, you can practice a couple times and it's pretty darn easy. I wanted to show you the tip. I have, maybe, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. If you look closely, when you do touch the nail with the tip of the dotting tool, you get a little dot in the middle of your circles. Maybe you can see the one on that one. That's why you try not to touch it, because you'll get this pattern, but then you'll have a dot in the middle of every single one of them that you'll be able to tell where you touched the nail plate. So very easy, guys. Very simple. Let me switch you around here. So gel top coat is all you need, and some gel colors dotting tool. And if you have foil, you can try that trick. Pretty easy. Okay, hopefully you can see me. So tomorrow it's at 9, and I'm gonna show you different things to do with pigments. I've had some people ask on the pages, well, what are pigments and what do you do with them? And so I'm going to show you different things you can do with them, and a couple quick little simple nail art tricks too. So hopefully somebody learned something today, and maybe you'll learn something tomorrow. And you can keep watching for these little lives. And I appreciate you being on. Again, tell me where you're from so I can get to know you better. And hopefully you'll join me tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you have any questions, just put them on the comments and I'll get to them. Thanks, guys. Bye.